Hi, Addie. I'm totally wearing my awesome hat today. Who today would not be wearing their wizard birthday hat? Seriously, it's July 31st. Okay, so you asked us to talk about anything we wanted to talk about. And since it is July 31st, in honor of it being J.K. Rowling's birthday and Harry Potter's birthday, and also Richard Griffith's birthday, who plays Uncle Vernon in the movies, and Joey from Harry Potter Musical, and yesterday was Neville's birthday. Yay, Neville. I thought I would tell you guys about what I got to do last weekend. Last weekend, my parents and I went to Chicago to pick up my sister, who'd been doing a program there for several weeks. And while we were there, we went to the Museum of Science and Industry to see Harry Potter the exhibition. The exhibit was so cool, there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to do it justice in a short video, but I'll try to hit the highlights for you. The very first things you see when you walk into the lobby of the actual museum is the Flying Ford Anglia. It's set up in the middle there, and you can take pictures of that. That's the only thing you're allowed to take pictures of. When you go upstairs to the actual exhibit, you wait until it's the time that it says in your ticket, and then you go in with a group. And the first thing you see is the sorting hat on a stool, and they pick 3 people from your group to go and actually put on the hat and get sorted. And nobody from my family got to get sorted, unfortunately, but it was still really cool to see. The next thing is this dark room that has video screens in it, and they show you a little montage of clips from all the movies. And then you go into the main part of the exhibit. The first section is devoted to Gryffindor Tower. They have common room props like the message board that has advertisements for Weasley's Wizard Wheezes on it. And they have Neville's wand and Hermione's wand, Hermione's books. They have Ron's and Harry's beds and dressers from their room. And they have Ron's Chudley Cannon things hanging off his dresser and whatever. And wherever they have props devoted to a particular character, they have some of their costumes things, and they're just mannequins sprinkled all the way throughout the whole thing that have different costumes in them. The next section is devoted to classrooms. There's, they have Umbridge's office, Lupin's office, Lockhart's office, and they're very, very detailed. They feel so real. They have all of Umbridge's. They have the pink curtains and the awful kitten plates and the quill and the paper that says "I must not tell lies" written in blood. They have a potion section where they have the little bottle of Felix Felicis and a copy of Advanced Potion Making. They have the herbology section where you can go over and actually take hold of a mandrake and pull it up out of the pot a little ways and it screams. See, the next section is devoted to Quidditch, and they have snitches and bludgers and Harry's broom, Malfoy's broom. They have Quidditch robes from all the houses and Quidditch robes from Ireland and Bulgaria. And they have a section where you can throw quaffles into goal hoops. They have 3 hoops set up, and you just you pick up a quaffle and you throw it, and it comes back to you. It rolls down the hill like one of those basketball arcade games. They have Hagrid's hut that you can walk through with his kitchen table and the giant teacups, and they have one of his great big armchairs that you can actually sit down in. An area that has centaurs and the life-size head of the Hungarian horntail. Even though the horntail was a completely CG creature in the movies, they still made a detailed model of the horntail for planning. And then the section after that is all about the dark arts. They have costumes for the Malfoys, and they have some of the different Death Eater costumes they've used throughout the movies, and Voldemort's costume. They have the Dark Mark projected up on the wall, and they have a Dementor hanging from the ceiling, which is really, really, really creepy. Also, Creature's in there, even though he's not actually an evil character, as we find out. The model of Creature is in that section. Beyond that, they have the walls that have all the proclamations that Umbridge made. And my sister and I were standing there looking at them, and somebody walked by and said, make sure you read the bottom line of all of those proclamations. And we looked really closely, and in tiny print at the bottom of all the signs, it just says, blah, 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 blah. I'm not sure why they did that, but it was really highly amusing that it was there. The last room that you go into is the Great Hall, and that was just so incredible to walk in. The ceiling is really, really high, and they have candles hanging from the ceiling, so it just feels perfect. It's kind of sort of decorated like it's the Yule Ball. They have most of the major characters' Yule Ball costumes scattered around in the Great Hall, including Hermione's dress, which is one of my favorite costumes in any movie that I've ever seen. So I was very excited to get to see that. And Dobby's in the Great Hall too, for some reason. He's kind of hiding behind Dumbledore's dress robe, so I'm not sure why they put him there, but as we were going through the exhibit, I kept looking around and going, where's Dobby? There's got to be a Dobby in here. So I was glad they put him in there somewhere. And that's pretty much the whole exhibit. From there, you go into a nice gift shop that they have set up. It all just feels so real. The lighting is done in a really particular way to highlight different things, and music from the soundtracks is playing the entire time you're walking through there. And it felt like I was walking around Hogwarts and not at a museum in Chicago. So if you have the opportunity to go to Chicago and go to the museum before it moves on in October, do it. Definitely do it. And then I know after Chicago it's going to Boston, so go see it there if you can't see it in Chicago. And another thing that I would recommend is they have audio tours that you can buy for what you can rent for $5, and it's just extra information, interviews with the costume designers and the creature designers and the set dressers, and it's a whole lot of background information. It's just really, really interesting, so it's definitely worth the $5. So, yeah, it was incredible, and you should go see it.